Whispers of 1001 Nights, Episode 2, The Fisherman and the Genie. Scheherazada's Whisper. Tonight, O king, I tell you of a poor man in a sealed bottle, a fisherman who cast his net not into water, but into fate itself. Listen, dear dreamer, as the tide brings you closer to the tale of the fisherman and the genie. Scene 1. The Poor Fisherman. Once in a city by the sea lived a humble fisherman. He was old, with hands weathered like driftwood, and he cast his net only 4 times a day, for that was the law of his craft. One morning just before sunrise, he rose and walked barefoot to the shore. The sky was still dark, kissed only by the breath of dawn. His first cast brought up nothing but seaweed, his second a broken jar, his third the bones of a donkey. With a heavy sigh, he cast his net a 4th and final time, and it came back with something heavy, a brass bottle sealed with lead, marked with the ancient seal of King Solomon himself. Scene 2. The genie emerges. Curious, the fisherman uncorked the bottle. Smoke poured from it like thunderclouds, swirling and rising until it formed the shape of a giant genie. Eyes burning, voice like stone grinding. "I am the genie of the bottle," it roared, "and I shall kill you, O fisherman." The man trembled. "What have I done to deserve this?" The genie replied, "I was sealed in this bottle as punishment. For the first 100 years, I vowed to grant eternal riches to whoever freed me. For the second, I swore to grant kingdoms. But when no one came, I grew bitter. In the 3rd century, I swore I would kill the one who opened the bottle as revenge upon the world." Scene 3. The Fisherman's Wit. Though afraid, the fisherman thought quickly. He said, "You claim to have been trapped in that bottle, but how could one so large fit inside such a small vessel?" The genie growled, "You doubt me? To believe, I must see it," said the fisherman. Proud and foolish, the genie returned to smoke and curled back into the bottle. In a flash, the fisherman sealed it with the lid again and laughed. "You ungrateful spirit, you would kill your savior?" The genie screamed from inside the brass prison. Scene 4. Bargain and Story. The genie begged, "Free me once more, and I swear I will not harm you." The fisherman said, "You must prove your word. Tell me a story, a tale of betrayal and mercy." And so the genie began to tell a tale within the tale. Scene 5. The tale of the king and the sorcerer, expanded in a slower, dreamier tone. There was once a powerful king who ruled over a peaceful kingdom of golden plains and marble towers. He was wise and kind, but he longed for knowledge beyond the stars, for he feared that peace could not last without foresight. One day a healer from the east arrived. He was a quiet man with silver eyes and hands that glowed faintly in moonlight. He claimed to carry herbs from forgotten forests and scrolls written by spirits. The king welcomed him, and soon the healer became his most trusted advisor. His potions cured illnesses, his powders banished nightmares, and his words calmed storms. But he was not a healer. He was a sorcerer, exiled from distant lands, seeking to rule once more. His power grew. The people whispered his name with reverence and fear. The king, blind with trust, made him second only to himself. One night the sorcerer gave the king a new elixir, to grant eternal strength, he said. But the king's faithful falcon, trained to sense danger, knocked the cup from his hand. The elixir spilled onto the stone floor and hissed. The marble cracked. The scent of death filled the room. The king awoke to the truth. He summoned his old master of secrets, a woman named Samira, who once walked among shadows. She watched the healer in secret and discovered his rituals, blood magic beneath the palace, symbols of control carved into the throne itself. In horror, the king planned a deception. He invited the sorcerer to a feast, honoring his loyalty. At the height of celebration, he presented him with a gift, a book bound in dragon hide, said to amplify magic tenfold. The sorcerer could not resist. He opened the book. 1,000 needles burst from its pages, enchanted pins of iron, each soaked in sunfire. They pierced the sorcerer, binding his soul to silence. The king banished him to a glass tower on a mountain peak, where he would see the world he sought to conquer but never touch it again. The people rejoiced, and the king learned that even the brightest light casts a shadow. Scene 6. The Genie's Redemption. As the story ends, the genie says, "You see, even those filled with rage can find reason again." The fisherman, moved by the tale, opens the bottle, slowly, carefully. The genie emerges calm. "I will honor my word," he says, and with a wave of his hand, he conjures fish, gold, and peace. The fisherman becomes rich, not just in coin, but in wisdom, Scheherazada's whisper. And so the fisherman returned to his home, the sea forever changed in his eyes. For within its depths are not only fish and salt, but stories too. Sleep now, O dreamer, for tomorrow we cast the net again, and who knows what tale we shall pull from the waves.